Part 5. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Benpao de la Chang. Chapter 41. By Emperor, I can explain all of this. Yes, please listen to our explanation. Yes, we should be able to explain. Okay, I happen to have plenty of time, I'll listen to your explanation. Li Bai said slowly. Hey, you 5 old bastards, why are you so cowardly? Didn't you say you were going to kill me before? Come on, I still like the unruly look you had before. Nanyi stood aside with his hands on his hips, pointing at the noses of the 5 dark emperors and scolding them. Hey, look what you said, how dare we? We just want to admire your unrivaled magnificence. That's right. We are all peace-loving. How could we possibly say that? Empress Nanyi, you must have heard wrong. We are just discussing and discussing. Well, didn't you always say you wanted me to join the darkness? Nanyi pouted and said slowly. Darkness? What darkness? You are joking. How can we join the darkness? We are at odds with the darkness. Yes, we are inseparable from the darkness. I'm uneducated, so am I. Me too. As the 5 dark emperors spoke, they quietly took out the seeds of darkness in their bodies and crushed them silently. Phew. In an instant, the 5 people vomited blood wildly, and their spirits were instantly depressed. Although they were still in the realm of the great emperor, they were already weak and shaky, as if they would fall in the next moment. At this moment, they can feel that the boundless power of darkness is constantly eroding themselves, causing them great pain. This is the price of betraying the darkness, and the power of darkness will follow and torture them forever. Emperor in White, look. We have repented. Seeing this, Li Bai slowly shook his head. When the 5 people saw Li Bai shaking his head, their faces instantly turned pale. They also knew that what Li Bai hated the most was darkness. As long as you join the darkness, no matter what, you will always be in the darkness. Even if they had contributed to the immortal realm before, and even after joining the darkness, they had not massacred anyone from the immortal realm. Of course, Nanyi might be the first. But as long as darkness is added, from that moment on, the blood of darkness will flow in their bodies, and it cannot be removed no matter what. Such a result was already doomed by fate the moment Li Bai appeared. These struggles are nothing but futile. Sir, please allow us to call you sir one last time. Grown-ups. 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 Although you eventually joined the darkness, you followed me at least during the battle of Emperor Luo. I recognize your achievements. Li Bai said slowly with a look of regret on his face. He has a trace of emotion for those who followed him in the Emperor's Fall War. Although Li Bai was called master by countless great emperors, he felt like the master of all heavens and realms, a god without any emotions, but he has never given up on his emotions. Unlike some great emperors, after becoming emperor, they cut off their emotions and all worldly emotions. In his opinion, this kind of joyful and sad emotions is the treasure that has healed him for countless epochs. Others may seem dispensable, but he cherishes them extraordinarily. After all, he has seen too much life and death over the course of eternity, and countless lives have been lost around him. He is the only one who has survived to this day. This is also true. As a result, inner demons continue to breed, but at the same time, it also constantly polishes his Taoist heart. He needs this emotion of life and death to stimulate his soul, otherwise, he doesn't know what it will be like now. After hearing these words, the 5 people burst into tears and felt extremely regretful at the same time. Hate, why they couldn't resist the temptation of darkness, hate, why didn't they wait a little longer? It turns out that your Lord has never forgotten us. It's us, who have failed you, sir. Haha, I am so ignorant. May I follow you again in the next life. May I follow you again in the next life. After saying that, the 5 people chose to commit suicide. It was not the kind of self-destruction, it was very flat and light, like a spring breeze slowly disappearing between heaven and earth. After a long time, Li Bai turned around and looked at Nan Yi. The look in his eyes was self-evident. Ugh, master, why don't you let me go this time? Look, I've already become an emperor, so I'll be very embarrassed. Nan Yi said coquettishly. There's no one here, why are you shy? Besides, if you don't let your memory grow long, I might have to collect the body for you in the dark next time. Li Bai said slowly with a smile on his face. Then, please be gentle. Good. Snap pop pop. For a moment, the sound of spanking echoed across the boundless sea. Wow, master, you are so cruel, you don't feel sorry for me at all. My butt is not as strong as De Wang's. Nan Yi touched her butt and said with a little pout. Okay, I didn't use any force, otherwise, your butt would have bloomed long ago. Li Bai said helplessly. By the way, master, you just said you still have something to ask me about. Well, I'm going to attack the Dark Valley. Puff. Master, are you serious? Why, I don't look serious. But, the one in the Dark Valley is really scary. Nan Yi said slowly. Don't worry, I will definitely attack when I'm sure. Then, just the 2 of us. Nan Yi said stupidly, and this outfit looks quite like Xiao Shuiyi. You really look a bit like Xiao Shuiyi. Xiao Shuiyi? Master, who is that? She is your junior sister. One sentence shocked Nan Yi for 10,000 years. Instantly, bean-sized tears flowed down Nan Yi's cheeks. We of you, master, you don't want me anymore, you actually found another little apprentice, this is cheating. Hearing this, Li Bai's face was full of black lines. Don't give me that. Then is my little sister also a mortal body? Well, it's not, she is a body of disaster, much stronger than you were back then. Li Bai said teasingly. Master, you. The reason why I accepted her as my apprentice is, on the one hand, because I saw you when you were a child in her, and on the other hand, I want to repay a favor. Favor? Aren't all the favors owed to you by others in the heavens and the worlds? How come you owe favors to others? Nan Yi asked in great confusion. You have to know who Li Bai is. He is the boss of the heavens and the worlds. He has never been owed favors by others. You don't need to know this. You won't know it even if I tell you. After all, it was a long time ago. How long ago is it? It was countless epochs earlier than when I accepted you as my apprentice. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 42. Master, you haven't answered my question yet, are we just the 2 of you? Nan Yi asked slowly. It's not impossible, but it's not necessary. After all, the wealth in the Dark Valley is extremely rich. Although I am not interested in these things, I can let the other emperors divide it up. After all, they have all followed me loyally. It's a pity that I fell asleep after the Emperor's fall war, so I'll take it as my reward for that time. Li Bai said slowly. He has always been clear about grievances and grievances. For those who have followed him, he will never let them suffer any loss, but for those enemies, it is hell. Then they really got rich. After all, it's the Dark Valley. By the way, Master, which clan are you attacking in the name of this time? Nan Yi asked slowly. What do you think? That's right. After all, most of the emperors who followed you were from the human race. Then who are the emperors participating this time? Nan Yi asked curiously. I don't know who they are. I asked Xuanhuan to notify Wanqi Academy. Emperor Xuanhuan, which half-step mythical emperor is he? Well, that's him. I remember, wasn't he seriously injured in the burial ground? Is he already healed? Nanyi said curiously, you must know that she was also a part of that battle. Haha, this is not easy. Just kill a great emperor and show his origin. Li Bai said casually. Oh, I'm telling you, why is the Zhentian dragon emperor gone? It turns out he was slaughtered by master. Humph, I think that guy is always disgusting. What a pity. I also want to taste the meat of an emperor-level dragon. Great emperors are also divided into strong and weak ones, such as Nanyi and Zhentian dragon emperor. These are collectively called great emperors, or emperors. They are the weakest group among the great emperors. Above them are the immortal emperors, who are few in number but not rare. The next level above are countless great emperors, who dream of a realm that they cannot achieve in their entire lives. The mythical emperors. The mythical emperor has another name, the immortal emperor. They are the ones standing on the pyramid of immortal realm. It's just that there are only a few mythical emperors in the immortal realm now, such as the supreme leader of the immortal clan, the emperor of nothingness, and the one in the dark valley. As for the human race, there have been several mythical emperors, the most famous of which is the Qing emperor, but these are all things from ancient times. Since the end of the Great Tribulation of the ancient era, all the mythical emperors in the immortal realm have disappeared. No one knows where they went. It is as if they disappeared out of thin air without leaving any clues. Perhaps only Li Bai knows this. One or two. Okay, Nanyi, you go to Wanqi Academy now and get ready with those old guys. Li Bai looked at the boundless sea with an expressionless face. Ah, master, where are you going? I'm going to meet some old friends again. Okay, master, I'll go now. On the other side, Jushan auction house is in full swing. In the end, Li Sui took nearly 10 of the 20 places in the Great Emperor's secret realm, and the rest were divided among the remaining 10 imperial clans. Hey, Sister Sui, I will ask my dad to give these fairy crystals to you when you get back. Xuanhuan Minjiao said happily. Hee, no need, Sister Minjiao, you just need to serve me well. Li Sui said with a smile. Ah, I'm a prostitute, not Xiao Sui. Xuanhuan Minjiao pretended to be panicked and said. Hee, it's not up to you, come and give me a smile. Li Sui raised Xuanhuan Minjiao's chin and said. Luo Miao Miao, who was standing by, always felt something was wrong. What was going on with this damn CP feeling? I felt so craving for food. After some fun, Xuanhuan Minjiao asked slowly. By the way, Sui, you were stunned for a moment before. What happened? Well, just now, my master came to see me. Master? Owner? He said that there will be another stone that will be auctioned later, and he told me to take a photo of it. Li Sui said slowly. Tisk, the young master said so, it must be something extraordinary. Wen Renge, who was in the center of the stage, said after calming down. Everyone, next is the last item from our 9-day auction house. This thing is quite strange. We were entrusted by someone to auction it. After finishing speaking, Wen Renge took out a stone, a very ordinary stone. What the hell? Isn't this just an ordinary stone? I don't know. Could it be that there is something inside the stone? It's definitely not easy to put it up for auction at the end, but we just can't see through it. Everyone, this is the stone we are auctioning. Whether it has any effect, to be honest, we don't know. After appraisal by our Jushan auction house, it is just an ordinary stone. The seller only told us that people who are destined to get it will naturally get it. I can afford the fairy crystal. Now, the starting price. At this point, Wen Renge paused obviously, because the price of this stone was too amazing. She didn't have much hope that anyone would take a photo of this rock. Speak quickly, Miss Wenren, what are you doing standing there in a daze? That's right, I guess there should be something inside of it. Ahem, everyone, the starting price for this stone is 10 trillion fairy crystals. TCH, it's only 100,000 immortal crystals. Designation is not a good thing, and I don't know why the 9-day auction was put at the end. Brother, it's not 100,000, there's still 100 million after that. What the hell? There's another 100 million, that's 10 trillion. Quiet. It was very quiet, and after the price was announced, the whole place was completely silent. Everyone present thought that there was something wrong with their ears. What they heard was that a small broken stone, the kind you can pick up on the street, was actually worth 10 trillion. At this moment, even the sons of gods and emperors from the imperial clan had expressions of great astonishment. At first, they thought that there was something hidden inside the stone, but as they learned more about it, they found that it was just an ordinary stone, but the shape was a bit strange. No, did I hear wrongly? My ears have hair. No. You heard it right, it's 10 trillion fairy crystals. That big idiot will buy it? Damn it, I'm going crazy thinking about Xianjing. You're crazy. Who would spend 10 trillion yuan to buy a piece of broken stone? Why don't I go to Gulan to listen to music if I have this money? At this moment, Qian Pangpang of the Qian family was stunned for a moment after hearing the price, and then asked an old man next to him. Uncle Qian, what can you see on this stone? Master, there's nothing special about it. I just took a special look with my divine pupil. It's just an ordinary stone. That's strange. Logically speaking, it's impossible for Jushan auction house to do such a thing. To be honest, the Qian family can easily buy it for only 10 trillion yuan, but it must have this value. The Qian family has a lot of money, but they are not stupid. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 43. At this moment, a thin young man in the crowd couldn't help but smile bitterly. I know this broken stone, how could it be worth 10 trillion, whoever buys it is really stupid, I really don't know what my great-grandfather thinks. What a pity, the favor owed by Jushan auction house before is gone. Yes, he is the seller of this stone, to be exact, his great-grandfather. Originally, Jushan auction house ignored him and thought he was a psychopath. After all, selling a broken stone for 10 trillion fairy crystals would ruin the reputation of their Jushan auction house. However, his great-grandfather, I don't know when, made the Wenren family owe him a huge favor. So, this time the auction will be held. And Wenren Ge looked at the reactions of the crowd and didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She didn't want to auction it either, but who made their family owe a favor? Just when this broken stone was about to fail to sell, a voice came from the Xuanhuan family's box. We offer 10 trillion fairy crystals. The whole audience fell into silence again. No one expected that at the last minute, someone actually offered 10 trillion immortal crystals. Minjai, are you sure? Wenren was stunned for a moment and asked cautiously. Ahem, sure, we offer 10 trillion immortal crystals. It's really crazy, 10 trillion, this is 10 trillion immortal crystals, not 100,000. This is the first time in my life that I have seen such a stupid, heroic person. At this time, Qian Pangpang's Mung-bean-like eyes were full of doubts. Could it be that he really saw it wrong? This stone has other value. But soon, he rejected this point. If only a few people thought that this stone was ordinary, then there might still be doubts. But this is a point that everyone in the audience and the people of the imperial family agree on. Even the Jushin auction house said it was an ordinary stone. Can you say that they, the imperial family, and the Jushin auction house can't recognize it? Well, okay, congratulations to the Xuanhuan family for bidding on this stone. Everyone, today's auction is over. Wenren thanks you again. For those who didn't bid on the items they wanted, please don't be disappointed. The next auction items of our Jushin auction house will definitely be more exciting. After that, this grand auction came to an end. At this time, everyone talked about Li Suiai the most, especially her spending 10 trillion fairy crystals just for a broken stone. In the Xuanhuan box, the items bid in the auction will be handed over by the maids as soon as possible, with one hand for the money and the other for the goods. Xiao Suiai, just a broken stone is worth 10 trillion. I can't see what's in it anyway. Xuanhuan Minjiao looked at the stone in his hand carefully and said puzzledly. I don't know, but master said that we must take a picture of it, maybe it will be useful. Xiao Minjiao, come on, let me see which girl gave the 10 trillion fairy crystals. At this time, Wenren suddenly appeared in the box. Slutty fox, why are you here? Xuanhuan Minjiao couldn't help asking. Why, can't I come? Sister Minjiao, do you know each other? Well, I guess so. Alas, Xiao Minjiao, you are so cold, why are you like this? I have slept with you, showered with you, and you abandoned me in the blink of an eye. Wenren looked like she was about to cry, and her appearance was pitiful. Slutty fox, what nonsense are you talking about? Xuanhuan Minjiao blushed and said viciously. Slutty fox, let me introduce you. This is Li Suiai and this is Luo Miao Miao. They are both my good sisters. The one who bought this stone is Xiao Suiai. Let me tell you, Xiao Suiai is a very rich woman. Really? This little sister is so beautiful and so rich. It makes me interested. Wenren looked at Xiao Suiai in front of her and said with a smile. Hello, Sister Wenren. Oh, why are you being polite? You are the most distinguished guest of our Jushin auction house. By the way, this little sister is the body of disaster that was so popular some time ago, right? Wenren asked slowly. Why, you still care about these things, aren't you just doing business? Who said that? I, Wenren am at least a genius on the Grand Avenue Gold list, ranked in the top 1000. How could I not pay attention to this matter? It's just that I'm curious, where did this little sister get so many immortal crystals? Ask what you should ask, don't ask what you shouldn't ask. As soon as the voice fell, Xuanhuan Minjiao stared at Wenren seriously, with a strange look in her eyes. Seeing Xuanhuan Minjiao's look, Wenren was also very tactful and said. Oh, look at me, Sister Shui is so sorry, I was abrupt. As he spoke, Xuanhuan Minjiao's voice came from his mind. Slut fox, don't think I don't know what you are up to. Little Shui is not something you can use, otherwise your Wenren family will disappear from the entire fairyland, even the 10 great imperial clans and the Wanji Academy can't protect you, understand? This is not a joke by Xuanhuan Minjiao. With Li Bai's protective personality, he can really do it. Even if there is cooperation between the 10 major imperial clans and Wanji Academy, what can it do? Li Bai dares to plot against the heavenly Dao. If you dare to touch the people around Li Bai, the end is death. Moreover, if Li Bai really wants to destroy the Wenren family, the 10 major imperial clans and Wanji Academy will not dare to intervene. He, look at what you said. I, Wenren, am that kind of person? And Xiao Minjiao, you are so mean to me. You don't love me anymore. Get out, I'm talking to you seriously. Hearing this, Wenren also put away his interest in playing and said heavily. Minjiao, what is her background? You don't need to know, just remember my words. You can do whatever you want to others, but not sway I and meow meow. Okay, okay, it's rare to see you so serious, I listen to you. On the other side, Wanqi Academy. This academy is located in Qingtian Immortal Realm, one of the 10 great immortal realms. Qingtian Immortal Realm is also the base camp of the human race. Wanqi Academy is located in the center of Qingtian Immortal Realm. Wanqi Academy has existed since ancient times and has been passed down to this day. It is the foundation of the human race for all eternity. Countless peerless geniuses have come out of here. Even most of the emperors of the human race came out of Wanqi Academy, and the most famous one is Emperor Fantian. In addition, Nanyi also practiced in Wanqi Academy, but she felt it was too boring at the time. It was not as interesting as fighting with Li Bai. And Wanqi Academy, which is known as the cradle of the fate of the human race, is said to have been created by the Qing Emperor. For countless epochs, among the academies of the human race, only Wanqi Academy has survived to this day. Even if the entire human race is destroyed, Wanqi Academy cannot be destroyed. As long as Wanqi Academy exists, the human race will not be destroyed. In the past, the immortals, demons, gods, and monsters also wanted to destroy the Wanqi Academy, but they were stopped by Li Bai. In front of the Wanqi Academy, the stone piers on both sides are made of extremely rare purple gold immortal stones, printed with thousands of great road divine patterns, and the misty breath is constantly emanating from them. Not only does the faint purple air flow out from it, but even if you listen carefully, there are also the sounds of dragons and phoenixes. The most peculiar thing is the huge plaque hanging on the door beam. The material of this plaque is very ordinary, which is the common wood in the lower world, but the 4 big characters printed on it make people tremble. Wanqi Liuking. These are the 4 big characters on the plaque. As long as you take a quick look, you will feel a sense of grandeur and vastness from your heart, as if the bloody history of the human race flashed before your eyes, and that was the dignity exchanged for countless human lives. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 44. At this moment, in an extremely ordinary courtyard deep in the academy, this is a small natural world, and it is also a place that all the emperors of the academy cannot reach. An old man with a face full of ravines was sitting next to a small pond, drinking tea and holding an extremely ordinary fishing rod in his hand. As for the bait on the fishing rod, it was a piece of meat, a piece of ancient divine phoenix flesh. Soon, there were violent fluctuations in the water surface of the pond, as if something had bitten the hook. Hey, I'm hooked. The next moment, the old man lifted the fishing rod and saw a big golden carp appearing in front of him. At this time, this big golden carp actually said human words. Old man, you're humming trying to catch me again. You don't know that I can't resist this kind of meat. Have you been busy all day long? Hey, you're a dead fish, you still have a temper. How about if I move and catch a fish for a long time? Besides, aren't you also a fish? What's wrong with me catching you? The old man immediately blew his beard and glared and cursed. You are the humming fish, your whole family is a fish, I am the ancient dragon carp, you know the ancient dragon carp. Dragon carp, isn't that also a fish? Get out of here, uncle. I'm an ancient dragon carp. I can't have a temper. If you hadn't asked me to stay here all the time and refused to let me transform, I would have put a bomb in your latrine and exploded it. You're a piece of shit. This big golden carp is none other than an ancient dragon carp, the ancestor of the ancient dragon clan. Moreover, this is an ancient dragon carp that has long since transformed. You must know that although the ancient dragon carp is very powerful, it is difficult to transform into one. It's extremely difficult, even if you reach the quasi-emperor level, you still can't change your form. Who told you to be dishonest and dare to secretly eat the bastard raised by adults? How can you blame me? That damn bastard deserves a beating. Plus, he smells so good that I couldn't hold it back. At this time, there was an extremely thick willow tree on the edge of the pond. The willow branches were swaying in the wind, exuding bursts of fairy light. You two, how many years have passed and you are still quarreling like this? Please be careful of your lord's censure. Hey, you old willow tree, tell me, did you secretly tell the truth back then? Otherwise, if the master has raised so many bastards, how would he know that one is missing? The ancient dragon carp cursed at the old willow tree. Haha, yes, I forgot. You're still pretending, you're the one who snitched on me. You said you're so old, why are you still doing this kind of thing that harms the fish but doesn't benefit yourself? Oh, I don't know how you are doing now. I really miss the old days. Old Willow changed the subject and said regretfully. Stop talking nonsense. It's not like we don't know your abilities. Even if you die, you won't die. Somebody is coming. At this time, after a wave of fluctuations in the courtyard, Emperor Xuanhuan walked up to a few people and said slowly. Everyone, long time no see. Oh, let me wipe it, Brother Xuanhuan. Lord Xuanhuan. Brother Xuanhuan, why do you have time to come to our Wanqi Academy? The old man saw Emperor Xuanhuan's calm expression and asked slowly. Why, your Wanqi Academy doesn't welcome me. Emperor Xuanhuan walked to the old man's side, picked up a cup of tea, stared at the old man and said slowly. This old man is one of the few existing ancestors of Wanqi Academy, and he is also a half-step mythical emperor. Don't blame me for what happened at the burial place back then. I couldn't help it. The old man stared at the pond and said slowly. Of course, we also know, otherwise Empress Nanyi and I would have settled a score with you. With Nanyi's temper, your beard would have been gone long ago. Haha, that's true with her temper. The old man couldn't help but smile when he heard the name Nanyi. Burial place? Brother Xuanhuan, what happened to the burial place? Teiku Longli asked doubtfully. Immediately, Emperor Xuanhuan told what happened at that time. After hearing this, the ancient dragon and carp immediately became furious, his pupils were filled with blood-red divine light, and the whole small world continued to tremble. Damn it, these people are looking for death. How dare you disobey your orders? Brother Xuanhuan, why did you do it to me and old Liashu? I'll kill them. Indeed, Mr. Xuanhuan, why didn't you tell us in the first place? Old Liashu said slowly, although his tone was calm, everyone could hear the murderous intent in his tone. Come on, I'll spare you the trouble. With the skills of your two three-legged cats, you can probably easily crush an ordinary emperor. If I let you deal with the Dark Emperor, isn't that asking for death? I'm afraid I'll either turn into a grilled fish or be used as a fire stick. Besides, have you recovered from the injuries you sustained during the Emperor's fall battle? Emperor Xuanhuan said slowly. Well, although I'm not healed, I'm almost recovered. Damn it, these ungrateful bitches, if it hadn't been for adults, they would have been broken by the darkness long ago. The more Teiku Dragon Carp thinks about it, the angrier it gets. Okay, it's all in the past. Brother Xuanhuan, tell me what's going on, otherwise you won't be able to come to Wanqi Academy. At this moment, outside Wanqi Academy, a young girl is giving a lecture to everyone. The golden flowers of the avenue are emerging one after another. The young girl is wearing a white fairy skirt with plum blossoms on it. The girl has a beautiful appearance and an indescribable purity and refinement, as if she does not belong to this world. Man of. The only shortcoming is her eyes. Her eyes are extremely extraordinary, as if she has seen through everything in the world, and she has a cold feeling that rejects people. This girl, named Fairy May, is a peerless genius of Wanqi Academy. You should know that the geniuses of Wanchi Academy basically never make the Grand Dao Gold list, because they come from Wanchi Academy and don't need to prove themselves. At this moment, the girl continued to explain the Grand Dao to everyone in the realm of the human emperor. Everyone was fascinated by her. Fairy May spit out the Grand Dao golden flower, and the golden light kept surging. If you look closely, you will find that in the center of Fairy May's eyebrows, there is a constant flash of fairy light, and even some elders in the realm of God King in the distance are listening quietly. Although they are in the realm of God King, their understanding of the Grand Dao may not be as profound as Fairy May's. As expected of Fairy May, who has the immortal bone in her eyebrows, this explanation really enlightened me. The immortal bone in the eyebrows is simply the darling of the Great Dao. Even the Great Dao flying body, which is famous for the Great Dao, cannot compare with the immortal bone in the eyebrows in terms of simple understanding of the Great Dao. It's just a pity that even the immortal bone in the eyebrows has doubts. Yes, this question is too difficult. Everyone, I still have the same question here: what is, against the will of heaven, and how to do things against the will of heaven? Fairy May stretched out her jade arm and pointed to the sky, then stared at the people in front of her and said slowly: against the will of heaven, there are only two short words, but the principles contained in it are that countless people cannot understand in their entire lives. Everyone has their own unique insights on against the will of heaven. It's easy to say, but how easy is it to really do it? Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 45. At this moment, among the crowd, a man in black, with eyes like stars, eyebrows like ink paintings, and an extremely cold and arrogant man said slowly: those who follow me will prosper, and those who go against me will perish. This is tyranny. Using a mortal body to fight against gods is against heaven. Everyone can have a heart that goes against heaven. A man was born in heaven and earth, how can he live in depression for a long time among men? To defy heaven is to use one kind of impossibility to break another kind of impossibility. I wonder, Fairy May, if you agree with me. Damn it, who is this guy? He's so handsome. No, but it sounds very reasonable. Isn't it just to use the heart of a mortal to defeat the way of heaven? I understand, but I don't fully understand. I have to say that what this man in black said makes sense. Throughout the ages, haven't all the people who defy heaven done this? Hiss, who is this? In the distance, an elder asked slowly. I don't know, it should be an outer disciple. That's right, that's right. Having such an understanding of defying heaven can be called a genius. When Fairy May heard what this person said, although she quite agreed with this point of view, she always felt that it was contrary to the answer she wanted most. This young master, I must say that your views on the word defying heaven are indeed vicious, but... Before Fairy May could finish speaking, she saw a woman and a big yellow dog walking from a distance. It was Nanyi and De Huang who had dressed up in disguise. However, De Huang was walking with a slight limp at the moment, as if his hind legs were pinched. Just like walking. I'm telling you, it's so old, it's no longer new, why are you mentioning it now? De Huang said disdainfully. Oh, shit, the dog has become a spirit. Damn it, you are talking arrogantly, what does it mean to be stale? You are a dog and you know nothing. That's right, that's right. Don't our ancestors of the human race who went against the enemy count against heaven? Nanyi stared at May Fairy and said slowly. I agree with your statements, but I don't agree with them. Everything you do is based on the fact that I am under the sky and suppressed by the sky, so I have to fight against the enemy. But... While speaking, Nanyi pointed at the sky. I am heaven, heaven is me, why do I need to contradict it? A simple sentence can swallow up thousands of miles of mountains and rivers. And this sentence aroused a shocking wave in Fairy May's heart. In fact, this is a very simple truth, but because Fairy May was gifted with immortal bones, she always felt that she was the one who was pitted by heaven. Yes, if you are the same as heaven, why bother to contradict it? You can be your own heaven. Finally, at this moment, her heart was extremely clear, as if she had found a way out. The dark clouds that had been lingering in her heart dispersed, and the clouds and mist cleared away to see the bright moon. In fact, most of the disciples of Xuanhuan Academy must be able to think of this truth, but being able to think of it and being able to say it are two different meanings. They have been born under the heaven and earth since ancient times. As long as they raise their heads, they can always look up at the sky above their heads. This is a feeling of powerlessness originating from the bottom of their hearts. It is already a great thing for them to be able to say that they are going against the odds. Courage. As for the fact that I am equal to Tian, they dare not even think about it. Awesome, awesome, is it possible that this woman is not afraid of cause and effect? You know she can't say anything. Damn it, I said something that I thought about but didn't dare to say, so I'll give you my respect, boss. Humph, you are not ashamed of your words. Throughout the ages, how many people have dared to claim to be equal to the gods? Even the emperor dare not. How dare you? Is it possible that you are more powerful than the emperor? The man in black said displeasedly, and then he seemed to have thought of something again and said, you know, even the mastermind behind the emperor's fall war died in the sky. Before the man in black could finish speaking, an elder suddenly appeared in front of him, slapped him hard, and said viciously, boy, don't think that just because you have some understanding of Nitn, you can speak arrogantly. That supreme taboo is not something you, an ant, can discuss. Next time, I will kill you directly. After the elder finished speaking, he did not forget to look up at the sky, as if something was watching them all the time. The words of the man in black almost scared everyone present to death. You must know that there are some things that even the emperor can discuss, and you can scold him behind his back, but there is only one person who cannot say it, and that is Li Bai. This is a taboo for everyone who knows. Heavenly Dao, immortals, demons, gods, and demons fear Li Bai, while all human beings remember and respect Li Bai very much. Without Li Bai, there would be nothing like the human race today. Even in the lower realm of the human race, there are still statues of Li Bai standing in many places, but no one can depict his appearance. No one in the world is qualified to comment on Li Bai, especially those from Xuanhuan Academy. At this moment, the man in black was slightly confused. It was not until the burning pain on his face that he came back to his senses. Looking at the mocking eyes of the people around him, he couldn't help it the next moment. Why can't Li Bai talk about who he is? And superior? I just said what's wrong? Isn't he the mastermind behind the scenes? It's different, and he died in the hands of heaven in the end. As soon as he finished speaking, he saw that it immediately changed into a mass of blood mist. Nan Yi said slowly in the void. He is not something you can discuss. Tisk, tisk, are all young people today so brave? Alas, this era is still too comfortable. They don't know the importance of the Emperor's fall war at all. Otherwise, if they could still talk and laugh like this today, they would have been stained with dirty blood. De Wang asked incomprehensibly. In fact, I really don't blame these young people. After all, the Emperor's fall era was tens of thousands of years ago. They have never really witnessed Li Bai's style with their own eyes. They can only know a little about it in some ancient books. Haha, Xiao Nanyi, no, I should call you Empress Nanyi now, right? At this time, an old woman appeared in the void and said with a smile, even though time makes people grow old, but the years seemed to have shown mercy on her face, leaving only a little trace of the passage of time, and she could see the past in her every move. How graceful and graceful she is! Ah, Grandma Feng, why are you here? Nan Yi said happily that this Grandma Feng was one of the ancestors who taught Nan Yi at Xuanhuan Academy. Why, I can't be here anymore. You're a heartless, stinky girl. You've become the emperor and you don't know how to come back and take a look. Grandma Feng said with a doting look on her face. Hey, Miss Feng, I'm still here, De Wang. De Wang said sourly from the side. I saw it, I saw it. How did you, a big yellow dog, reach the quasi-emperor? Grandma Feng said helplessly. Humph, that's because I, De Wang, am too lazy to practice, otherwise I would have become an emperor long ago. Nanyi, why did you suddenly think of coming back to the academy? Grandma Feng asked doubtfully. Ah, didn't Grandpa Xuanhuan tell you? Xuanhuan? Humph, I haven't seen that old guy for many years. Grandma Feng said displeasedly. Tisk tisk, Grandma Feng, are you two still quarreling? Nanyi said playfully. You little girl, you are so gossipy. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 46. Just as Nanyi and Grandma Feng were chatting enthusiastically, a voice came from the void. Mrs. Feng, are you talking bad about me again? Hearing this voice, Grandma Feng's obviously cloudy eyes flashed with a glimmer of light. Humph, who made you such a cruel old man to be so cruel? Oh, I was busy before, so I really couldn't meet you. Ah, what happened? What happened to you? Grandma Feng said hurriedly upon hearing this. Nanyi and Big Yellow Dog stared at Grandma Feng with teasing expressions on their faces. Under the gaze of the two people, Grandma Feng also blushed in a rare way, and said inconsistently. If something happens to you, it's none of my business. I'm too old to care about you. Okay, come to the backyard with Xiao Nanyi and De Wang first. I have something important to discuss with you. Huh, sure enough, I knew you wouldn't come to me for anything. The other side. When Fairy May was about to thank her, she found that Nanyi and the big yellow dog had disappeared. At this moment, she was also extremely curious. What kind of Taoist heart does a person who can say such words have, so that he dares to say that he is equal to Tian? Haha, the fairy bone in the eyebrow is just a thing of mercy. The plum fairy, don't want it? The next moment after Fairy May finished speaking, she saw her two fingers slowly probing into the center of her eyebrows, and when she dug hard, blood continued to flow down her eyebrows, giving her a sad feeling. The next moment, thunder was rolling in the sky, the storm was raging, and black clouds were gathering. In an instant, countless chains of order came from all directions, trying to stop Fairy May's behavior. But the next moment, countless phantoms of ancient sages appeared in the sky. Some of them had spiritual expressions, some were furious and capricious, or some were compassionate. We will protect you forever. The next moment, the phantoms of the sages slowly condensed into a spear and pierced the divine chain of order. Countless chains of order collapsed, and then countless phantoms of the sages slowly disappeared. After all, this is the Wanji Academy, the foundation and cradle of the entire human race. Naturally, it has the blessings of countless sages, so that the hand of heaven cannot reach here at all. Of course, Tiandao has not never thought of bringing Wanji Academy under his control, but every time it fails. As for everyone, they have long been accustomed to all these visions, and they feel uncomfortable if they don't see them 2 or 3 times a month. Fairy, calm down, calm down. It's over, it's over. Fairy May is crazy. What is he going to do? Is he going to dig out the fairy bone between his eyebrows? Elders, help me, Fairy May is going to harm herself. Of course, there are also a small number of people who have long disliked Fairy May, with sneers on their faces. Haha, without the immortal bones, she is just useless. Do you really think she got the support just by relying on herself? That's right, God-given immortal bones are something that countless people dream of. But she actually forced them to separate for some unreasonable reason. It's simply stupid. Yes, she deserves it. Who made her look like she shouldn't be approached by strangers? Now, let me see what she will do. Without the immortal bones in her eyebrows, who will respect her? I'm afraid she will be abandoned by Xuanhuan Academy soon. On the other side, the elders were like ants on a hot pot, but they didn't dare to step forward to stop her. They knew Fairy May's character, and if they stopped her at this time, she might just die. Of course, some of these elders are really anxious for Fairy May, and some are worried about the immortal bone in the eyebrow. They don't want the immortal bone in the eyebrow to be destroyed. Even if Plum Fairy no longer wants them, they can still transplant them to others or give them to themselves. No, no, my ancestor told me that Plum Fairy is destined to have a catastrophe. If he steps forward, he will be reborn in Nirvana. If he fails to step forward, he will become immortal. I originally thought it was some kind of catastrophe, but it turned out to be like this. Although such a calamity is not as good as the calamity of life, it is still extremely painful. The choices involved are too difficult. Not many people can really have the heart to strip away the talent that they are proud of. Ah! Following this, Fairy May shouted sharply, and more blood flowed from Fairy May's brow. The next moment, a bone stained with blood and constantly glowing with fairy light was held in Fairy May's hand. It was the fairy bone in the eyebrow. The moment she took out the immortal bone, Mei Xian spurted out a mouthful of blood, and the realm of the human king instantly fell to the human king, void, nirvana, until he became immortal. She stared at the immortal bones in her hands, and a wry smile flashed across her lips. Originally, she had thought that she was the chosen one, the darling of the Dao. Especially among the younger generation, no one had a better understanding of the Dao. It was rare. The opponent, now it seems that without this immortal bone, he is no different from immortal. Once in the lower world, she had a discussion with a mortal, and there was no doubt that the person was defeated. However, before leaving, the person asked her this sentence. Fairy May, you were born with the immortal bones between your eyebrows, and you were born to be the darling of the Dao. Have you ever thought about what would happen to you if you didn't have the immortal bones? Can you act as a mortal and defy heaven? Everything you have is just a gift from God. In the eyes of outsiders, it seems extremely enviable. In my opinion, it is only pitiful. You can never escape the shackles of heaven. You can only live in the immortal bones given to you by God. Explore. You can never find your own way. This sentence made her start to examine herself and confused her for decades. She had asked the elders of Xuanhuan Academy and even some ancestors, but she didn't get the answer she wanted. Until today, she finally got the answer she wanted. I don't need the mercy of heaven. Fairy May's face was extremely calm at this time, and she kept exerting force on her right hand holding the eyebrow bone. Kaka. The next moment, a burst of golden light appeared in the eyebrow bone, and even the wailing sound from the eyebrow bone could be heard faintly, as if saying, "Don't crush me." However, Mei Xian's eyes were full of indifference, and with the continuous force of her right hand, the eyebrow bone turned into powder in the next moment. At this moment, no one expected that Mei Xian could actually crush her own eyebrow bone. You know, this is the reason why Mei Xian is sought after by countless people. No, no, no. Mei Xian, do you know what you are doing? That is the fairy bone in the eyebrow, and now you actually destroyed it. If you don't want it, why destroy it? You can give it to someone else. You are a sinner of the Xuanhuan Academy. Several elders who have coveted the fairy bone for a long time immediately rushed to Mei Xian and said angrily, their eyes flashed with crazy blood red. He, elders, Why are you saying that? This immortal bone is mine, why can't I destroy it? You, sinner, unforgivable. That's right, it's an immortal bone, you have no right to decide. Don't forget, you were given the immortal bone by God in Wanji Academy. That's enough. A bunch of shameless old things, it's obvious that you covet Mayor's immortal bone, with a righteous look, you are disgusting, isn't it just what you want? You are still worthy of being the elders of our Wanji Academy. Our Wanji Academy claims to be the first academy of the human race, how can there be elders like you? It's a disgrace to the grandmother's house, you are the sinners, you know. Another group of elders saw this and stood beside Myzian and kept scolding. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 47. Okay, stop arguing. What a disgrace. What will outsiders say about our Wanji Academy? At this time, a respected elder of Wanji Academy appeared in front of everyone, his face angry. Grand Elder. Grand Elder. Mayor, is this the path you want to take? The Grand Elder stared at Mei Xian at this moment, and a hint of pride flashed in his eyes. Yes, Grand Elder, I, Mei Xian, can still look down on the avenue of the 10,000 worlds even without the immortal bone. Good, 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 this is the disciple of our Wanji Academy. Humph, the reward from the thief god, even dogs don't want it? The Grand Elder stroked his beard and laughed. As for you, Humph, you are not worthy of being the elders of Wanji Academy. From today on, you are expelled. The Grand Elder turned around, his face changed, and said coldly. What? Great Elder, you actually expelled us for Myzian. We did all this for Wanji Academy. These elders begged instantly, you know that they can have their current status now because of the blessing of Wanji Academy. Enough, you think I don't know what you have done behind the scenes these years, but I turned a blind eye to it because you did contribute to Wanji Academy before. I will only say this once. If you don't leave after 3 seconds, you will never leave. The Great Elder's face was extremely calm, but his own momentum became more and more terrifying. 3. Shua. Just after counting to 3, the next moment, I saw these elders disappear in a flash, for fear that they would run too slowly and lose their lives. Humph, a bunch of bastards, do you really think I will let you go? Come here. Grand Elder. After a wave of the void, several people wearing blood-red armor and emitting murderous auras slowly appeared in front of the Grand Elder. Go, hunt them down, remember, you must slowly torture them to death. Yes. At this moment, suddenly, the fairy light in Mei Xian's eyebrows was shining, and a colorful light rushed straight into the sky, breaking through the layers of wind and clouds, and thousands of purple air swept over the sky. The roar of phoenixes and dragons resounded through the sky, and countless golden flowers of the avenue quietly bloomed. In Mei Xian's eyebrows, another fairy bone slowly grew, and then the realm began to soar continuously, and it rushed to the peak of the human emperor realm before slowly stopping. Yes, this is the nirvana of Mei Xian. This fairy bone in the eyebrow belongs to her, it is truly her own fairy bone, no longer a gift from heaven. Mei Xian can feel the strong blood connection between her and the fairy bone. Although Mei Xian's appearance at this moment is not much different from before, her pupils have changed. In her pupils, it seems that the myriad avenues of the world are contained. The original coldness and arrogance in her pupils have disappeared, and a soft and intimate light is radiating, which makes people unconsciously feel good about Mei Xian. At this time, Mei Xian has completely escaped the mercy of heaven, and she will turn into a dragon when she encounters wind and clouds. Wherever her jade feet walk, golden flowers on the avenue continue to bloom. What's going on here? Wasn't the immortal bone destroyed? I don't know. We all saw Fairy May crush the immortal bone with our own eyes. I understand. So this is Fairy May's nirvana. The previous immortal bone was given to Fairy May, but this one was realized by Fairy May herself. This is her real path. Sheng Jinhua, this is the real darling of the great Dao. Now, I can finally say that I have immortal bones in my eyebrows and I am the first person in the great Dao. So that's it? If you dig out your own talent, you can be reborn in nirvana. Haha, Fairy May was reborn in nirvana, and you are probably really dead. That's right. Everyone's path is different and cannot be copied. At this moment, the elder was in a good mood, and the smile on his face was like a chrysanthemum. Mayor, congratulations, from now on, you can really let fish leap in the vast sea and birds fly in the sky. Originally, I thought you would have to go through countless years, but I didn't expect you to be reborn so soon. Hearing this, the well-mannered May Fairy quickly responded to the question in the words. Grand Elder, you knew that Mayor had this calamity a long time ago. Haha, that's right, but I didn't know how to break the calamity until that adult finally made you transform and complete nirvana. Grand Elder, do you know the identity of that woman just now? I want to thank her in person. Without her, there would be no May Fairy today. May Fairy said slowly. Do you want to know her identity? Yes, of course. Then, the elder slowly said in her mind. The adult just now is called the Queen Nanyi. Boom. This sentence made May Fairy's pupils tremble constantly. You know, the Queen Nanyi has always been her idol. With a mortal body, she stood out in the era of countless geniuses and became the only emperor of that era. So that's it? I didn't expect that she was my idol. It's very appropriate for an idol to say this. When she thought that her idol, whom she had admired for a long time, had said something that made her reborn, she was extremely excited. Of course, May Fairy didn't know that the prototype of Nanyi's words was not her, but her master. At this moment, in the inner world of Wanqi Academy, when Nanyi and De Huang appeared, the scene fell into silence for a moment. Sister Nanyi. Hum, this dog, damn De Huang, it's really you, this damn dog. It was the Teku dragon carp who spoke. Oh my god, aren't you, the fish that the owner once raised? Damn it, after the Emperor Luo War, I thought you were roasted and eaten, but I didn't expect you to be hiding in Wanqi Academy. The big yellow dog said with his eyes widened. Master Nanyi, Senior De Huang, I am Lao Liashu. The old willow tree on the side couldn't help but said excitedly. Old willow. I remembered. Aren't you the one that became a sperm after the owner passed by a willow forest and then urinated? Huh? This matter doesn't have to be said. Why are you two here? Empress Nanyi asked curiously. You Sister Nanyi, there's nothing we can do. Master, let me and old Liashu stay here alone. Yes. Nanyi, long time no see, tisk, she is indeed the Empress Nanyi praised by the world. At this time, the old man smiled slightly, his eyes full of affirmation for Nanyi. Oh, Grandpa Ziu, please stop joking. Just don't blame me for pulling your beard back then. Nanyi ran up to Lai, folded her arms and said coquettishly. Ha, you little girl, how can I blame you? After all, no matter what, you are also the great emperor of our Wanqi Academy. The old man said with a doting look on his face. Xuanhuan, if you need anything, please tell me quickly. I want to have a good drink with Xiao Nanyi. The old man shouted to Xuanhuan, but found that he was looking at Feng affectionately at this moment. Maple, you. What's wrong with me? Actually. Actually what? You haven't come to me for so long, are you? Before he could wait, Patriarch Feng finished his words and the old man said with a speechless face. Come on, I mean, you two are quite old, What's the point of misunderstanding? It's none of your business. Are we showing off to you when we fall in love? Emperor Xuanhuan said unhappily. Hey, shit. Okay, Xuanhuan, tell me quickly, why did you come to the academy today? Ah, just now, didn't Nanyi tell you? No. Ancestor Feng shook his head. Senior Xuanhuan, it's up to you to say it. Nanyi said to Xuanhuan. All right. Ahem. Everyone, coming here today is a big event, that is, the master has woken up. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 48. My lord? What kind of lord? Brother Xuanhuan, is there anyone else you can call an lord? Taiku Longli asked doubtfully. Who do you think I can call my lord in all the worlds? Emperor Xuanhuan said with a profound smile. Oh, that's my master, Grandpa Xuanhuan, please stop teasing them. Nanyi said hurriedly from the side. Oh, your master, who did I think you were? Wait, you, master. The next moment, except Emperor Xuanhuan, Nanyi, and De Huang, the remaining people seemed to have seen the most terrifying thing. They were all frightened, their eyes were horrified, and their faces were filled with disbelief. You must know that this group of people had not seen such a big storm. Among them, this old man who is half a mythical emperor has even experienced an era catastrophe. Even a person who stands at the pinnacle of the immortal realm like this can't help but be horrified, which shows how powerful these words are. In the entire world, there are only two things that can arouse his emotions, one is the rise and fall of the human race and the Wanqi Academy, and the other is, Li Bai. It wasn't until everyone calmed down for a while, their eyes were red, and their mood slowly calmed down, but even so, they could still feel their heartbeats speeding up after a long absence, and the scenes that had happened quickly flashed before their eyes. My lord, really, my lord? Is your lord really awake? The old man shed a tear from his cloudy eyes and said tremblingly. Over the years, it has seen adults in dreams countless times. It wants to tell adults. Sir, I have lived up to your expectations, I have finally taken a step into that realm. Of course, I don't need to lie to you, I have already met the adults. Emperor Xuanhuan stared at the old man. He had the same emotion at the beginning, and was even more excited. The three words Li Bai are heaven in their hearts and their belief. Ever since they followed Li Bai and fought the Emperor's Fall War, no one could shake Li Bai's position in their hearts. In the past, they also tried to find Li Bai, broke into the burial ground, entered the boundless sea, and set foot on ancient lands. Even one of them, the seemingly calmest emperor, directly entered the darkness, but all ended in vain. After returning, the emperor never appeared again, but even so, they still firmly believed that Li Bai would return to the fairyland with eternal invincible power. FCK, I know how could you be defeated by the thief god if you are so awesome, I finally can leave this hellish place. Sir, you know how I got here all these years. I get up earlier than a chicken, go to bed later than a dog, and my life is worse than that of a pig or a dog. Taiku Longli expressed his grievances with tears and runny noses. Sir, you have finally woken up, and the dawn of our era has finally arrived. The old willow tree, with its branches constantly swaying and its celestial light shining brightly, was just an ordinary willow tree at the beginning, until it met the favor of an adult. Well, although the process is difficult to describe, the final result is he became the ancestor of trees, the ancestor of trees. No, I have to tell Xiako the news quickly. Old Liashu suppressed his inner excitement and said slowly. Xiako, are you there? Old Willow kept shouting in his heart. Where's Ganha, you old bastard, you have nothing to do all day long, right? At this time, a violent voice came slowly. Damn it, Can't you change your bad temper? Don't worry about me, tell me what's wrong. Where are you now? Me? I'm here in the demon realm, and I'm about to kill a few quasi-emperors and perform a tooth-beating ceremony. Why did you go to the demon realm? Damn it, I get angry when I say this. There are some quasi-emperors of the demon clan who have no eyesight and dare to threaten my extremely cute little apprentice. Damn it. Fortunately, I gave my little apprentice a leaf at that time. Otherwise, I would probably that's it. Sayako said angrily. This grass was exactly the one that was under the shade of the old willow tree at that time. Ahem, to put it bluntly, it had also been bitten by Li Bai's urine. A piece of grass can also wipe out the sun, moon, and stars. A blade of grass can cut through the eternal sky. This was the bold statement he made at that time. Facts have proved that this grass has indeed done it. A grass can not only annihilate the moon and stars, but also kill the emperor. Why didn't I know when you took on your disciple? Old Liashu asked confusedly. Ah, I didn't tell you. Speak of your uncle, every time I contact you, you either scold me or scold me on the way. Also, you are actually willing to give me a humming leaf. How many years have I begged you and you still don't give it to me? Can you compare with my cute little apprentice? Forget it, those quasi-emperors, hurry up and deal with them, I have something important to say. It's rare to see you so serious, okay, I won't scold you this time. Haha, this grass of yours is pretty good. At this moment, in the endless deep sky of the demon realm, a festive-looking man, exuding monstrous sword intent, attempted to tear this space apart. The avenues roared in unison, and the heaven and earth shook together. At this moment, this man was staring at several strange-looking species as if looking at four people. They were the demon species of the ancient race. They are also members of the ancient race, but they have been kicked out of the ancient race because their ancestors were assimilated by darkness. Although they don't have much dark power in their bodies now, they are still excluded and despised by countless races. Sir, who are you? We didn't provoke you, did we? Who am I? I'm your humming grass uncle. After saying that, the man's body kept changing and gradually turned into a small grass. You are, that grass. Grass Emperor, spare me, we really didn't know that the girl was your apprentice, otherwise we wouldn't dare to do it even if we had 100 courages. Haha, it's too late. The 3 leaves of this grass kept trembling, and the extremely rich imperial power spread throughout the boundless deep space. In an instant, an extremely dazzling sword edge was drawn from the void. The sword light can illuminate the heavens and the worlds, and it can span the 9 heavens and 10 earths. This sword can make the gods tremble and hell fall, as if destroying the world is just a sword. Countless stars around perished, and those quasi-emperors also disappeared without a trace in the sword light. This sword is unparalleled in the world. Okay, old man, I've solved it, tell me what's the matter. Sayako asked slowly. Ahem, I'll tell you, try to control your emotions. Are you going to tell me or not? Do you need me to cut willow branches for you, or cut them down to use as firewood sticks? My lord, he has awakened. My lord, what lord, you actually dared to betray me. You brainless stinky idiot, what lord are you talking about? At this moment, Sayako's not very smart head seemed to be hit by a dimensionality reduction attack, and the whole person was already confused. Hey, are you listening? Hey, hey, hey. Ah. After Sayako reacted, the entire boundless space was filled with Sayako's screams, as if he had gone crazy and the whole grass was in a frenzy. Wherever the sound waves passed, the void was shattered and chaos was reshaped. Old bitch, what you said is true, sir, are you really awake? Of course, do you think I dare to lie to you about this matter? Where are you? Wanchi Academy. Wait for me, old bitch, I will go there immediately. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Start. Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 49. Eternal Academy. Oh, shit, third child, fourth child, fifth child, and sixth child, come here quickly, something big has happened. If you don't come over, I will lift you out of the coffin. Immediately, the old man roared violently in his heart. Second brother, what's wrong? Something happened to Wanji Academy. That's not true. Huh? Didn't we tell you that as long as it's not about the demise of the human race or about Wanji Academy, don't bother us. Just say you can't make it through. Bump. When the words fell, the 4 coffin boards were blown away, and 4 streams of light rushed towards Wanji Academy from all over the world. They were afraid that the old man would really pry their coffin boards. On the other side, after Grandma Feng reacted, she immediately asked Nanyi beside her. Xuanhuan, all this is true. Isn't my old lady dreaming? Grandma Feng, of course it's true. I've already met Master twice. Xuanhuan, please tell me where you met my lord. Everyone immediately said anxiously after hearing this. They couldn't wait to know everything about Li Bai. The first time was in the land of reincarnation. The land of reincarnation? That place, it's strange to say that before the battle of Emperor Luo, this place could still be entered. What's puzzling is that after that, the land of reincarnation not only disappeared mysteriously, but it was also said that it was even a myth, even the emperor can't get in. Grandma Feng asked with a trace of doubt on her face. Hey, it's a coincidence that I got a key in a forbidden area at that time. It was with this key that I found the place of reincarnation and successfully entered it. Later I found out that the key was exactly made by my master. And he has been sleeping in the land of reincarnation. Nanyi said slowly. I see, no wonder, since it is the place where the master sleeps, it is naturally impossible for the emperor to come in. What about the second time? Just a few days ago, I was preparing to cross the boundless sea. You, Nanyi, you're humming crazy. Are you going to cross the boundless sea and don't want your life? Grandma Feng next to her gave Nanyi such a blow that she lost her mind, cursed and said angrily. Oh, Grandma Feng, please be gentle, you'll be stupid if you hit me again. Nanyi touched his head and said with a little pout. What happened next, tell me quickly. Taiku Longli urged. You dead fish, you are so anxious. De Huang said from the side. Damn it, you damn dog just ate shit. Does your mouth smell so bad? The ancient dragon carp cursed without giving in. Oh, shit, I haven't seen you for tens of thousands of years, do you still have a temper like this fish? Damn dog, don't force me to stew you. I haven't tasted quasi-emperor level dog meat yet. Damn it, I'm so mad at this dog emperor, don't you think I'll bite you to death? Come on, whoever is a coward is a dog. Immediately, a dog and a fish started fighting, but no one paid attention. Later, I met 5 dark emperors. At this point, everyone's hearts trembled unconsciously. You must know that with Nanyi's current strength, there is no way he can deal with the 5 dark emperors. I couldn't defeat them, so I asked my master for help. You little Nanyi, why didn't you tell us earlier? Ah, my master didn't let me say it at that time. Nanyi said aggrievedly. That's not what I'm talking about. Why didn't you tell Grandpa Xuanhuan, or Grandpa Ziu, and me, the 5 dark emperors? If adults hadn't taken action, you might have died. Grandma Feng said angrily from the side. Well, I'm not afraid of disturbing you, old man. Nanyi scratched his head and said naively. By the way, Xuanhuan, didn't you say something happened? Tell me quickly. The old man kept urging from the side. My lord asked me to tell you this. Emperor Dawang said slowly. Upon hearing Emperor Huangquan's words, everyone immediately became extremely solemn and stood obediently. My lord said, let you prepare well. He decided to attack, Dark Valley. Boom. It was like a thunder exploding in my ears. What the hell, damn. My lord is really going to attack the Dark Valley. Damn it, please be sure to bring this dragon carp with you. As the Teku dragon carp spoke, there was still a large bunch of golden dog hair in its mouth. There are also a few golden fish scales in Rhubarb's mouth. Taking advantage of the ancient dragon and carp's transformation, the dog's mouth is directly on the tail. Damn it, you damn dog, you sneak attack, if I don't crush your humming balls, I won't call you Teku dragon carp. After saying that, a fish and a dog started fighting again. Xuanhuan, sir, is he sure? Grandma Feng swallowed her saliva and asked tremblingly. After all, that could be one of the few mythical emperors that exist in the immortal realm so far, and he is also the top group of mythical emperors. Even as the leader of the immortal clan, the Emperor of Nothingness is helpless. Do you think adults will do things that are uncertain? Oh, it's true. I'm so stupid. It's also adults who never do anything they're not sure of. Grandma Feng patted her head and said slowly. But, with your strength and your confidence, you should be able to break through the Dark Valley alone. Why did you come to take us with you? The old man said doubtfully after careful consideration. After hearing this, the others fell into silence. It is true that the difficulty of the Dark Valley is far lower than that of the Battle of Emperor's Fall. But why no one has broken through it is just because that one among them it's a dark mythical emperor. And the entire Dark Valley is blessed by the original darkness, and there is nothing heaven can do about it. Of course, it is also because of the existence of the dark mythical emperor that the Dark Valley has remained in the immortal realm for eternity. During the Battle of Emperor Luo, Li Bai also asked Tiandao why he did not dare to touch the Dark Valley even though he had the light of the beginning in his hand. You must know that it was a thorn in Tiandao's heart, but Tiandao did not answer Li Bai's words. After all, Tiandao is not a human being. He is not alone like Li Bai. He has countless immortal creatures who need his protection, and there is also the dark Tiandao who is eyeing him. Once the Dark Valley is touched, the bargaining chip in his hand will be gone. Oh, I said you are really just grinding and whining. Just fight if I ask you to. Why, aren't you excited about the wealth in the Dark Valley? Dawang said impatiently. Grandpa, Grandma Feng, I asked the master this question. He said that he could indeed attack the Dark Valley by himself. However, the master fell asleep after the Battle of Emperor Luo. As someone who followed him, this time the Dark Valley the wealth is equivalent to the reward at that time. Nanyi explained slowly from the side. This, sir, you really put a lot of effort into it. You must know that it is the wealth of the Dark Valley for countless eras. The old man shook his head and said with a bitter smile. When it comes to the Dark Valley, there are few people who are not greedy for the wealth inside. The wealth and treasures inside are enough for countless emperors to fight to kill each other. Although the Dark Valley is nominally a forbidden area in the immortal domain, in a strict sense said that Dark Valley was an independent era in the Age of Chaos. At that time, the 10 immortal realms had just taken shape. You must know the Age of Chaos, but the second era in recorded history, the era before it, is the Origin era. Later, the Age of Chaos ushered in great destruction, and the mysterious existence in the Dark Valley also sealed the Dark Valley itself. Oh, sir, you really won't let us suffer. We didn't follow you for the so-called rewards in the first place. Stinky carp, you humming fart, in every previous war, wasn't that the first time you tried to divide the wealth? If you really say that, just call out the thing the master gave you. Dawang cursed at the side. He had never seen such a shameless carp. he was simply ashamed of being called the dragon ancestor, well, even though he was not the real dragon ancestor of the ancient dragon clan. You idiot, my lord gave it to me. Why should I give it to you? Why should you go and get it if you have the ability? You. At this moment, the small world in the courtyard suddenly trembled, as if some unknown power was coming. There was a flash of fairy light, and a peerless young man with a face like a crown jade and dressed in snow white slowly appeared in front of everyone. It was Li Bai. Everyone, long time no see. Li Bai said with a smile. Start, Invincible, met the Empress's apprentice. Author, Ben Pao de la Chang. Chapter 50. Hearing such a familiar voice, the old man and others were all in great shock, their minds were torn apart by shock, and the originally calm heart was like a meteorite falling. Master, why are you here? Nan Ili ran over and asked. I have nothing to do, so I came to see you. Sir, really, you are the sir. Why, you don't recognize me when I change my face. Li Bai changed his appearance and said teasingly. The old man and Grandma Feng kept wiping their turbid tears, and then knelt on their knees. In an instant, the whole small world was hit by an infinite imperial power, and the world turned upside down, and the universe trembled. This is the kneeling of the emperor, and the kneeling of an immortal emperor and a half-step myth emperor. Looking at the heavens and the world, I am afraid that few people can bear this kneeling, except Li Bai. Wanji Academy, Qingxian, greets the Lord. Wanji Academy, Qingfeng, greets the Lord. Wanji Academy, Qingliu, greets the Lord. At this moment, the old willow tree also transformed into a human form and knelt on his knees and said, my lord, you finally woke up, the little carp greets the Lord. Get up, everyone, there is no need for that set of red tape in front of me. Li Bai waved his hand helplessly. Why do these people kneel down when they meet? They have no dignity as emperors, and they have to cut off the causal lines every time. It's really annoying. My lord, please forgive us, let us kneel for a while, just a little while. Yes, Lord, this is our own will. Damn it, you three can kneel, how can I kneel? I'm a fish. The ancient dragon carp lying on the ground said speechlessly. Why, what I said is useless. Li Bai raised his eyebrows and said calmly. Swish swish swish. The next moment, everyone stood up at the fastest speed in their lives, and the ancient dragon carp dodged and dived into the pond in an instant, leaving only half of its chopped pepper fish head exposed. At this moment, everyone was trembling with fear, like a child who had made a mistake, ready to accept punishment, and even felt that their palms were sweating. Xiao Xuanzi, yes, you have already stepped into that realm half a step, which can be regarded as overlooking all living beings. You are much better than Xuanhuan, this kid. Emperor Xuanhuan couldn't help rolling his eyes. He didn't insult people like that. Qingxian was older than him by many years, and he had been immersed in the emperor for countless years more than him. When Qingxian became a quasi-emperor, he was still a little kid who could only pee and mud all day long. After hearing what Li Bai said, King Xuan's eyes were filled with tears. He worked hard to practice and spent his life's energy to just step into the myth half a step. Why? Wasn't it just a word of affirmation from Li Bai? At this moment, he felt that even if he died, he would have no regrets, and he would work hard until his death. My lord, I, Qingxian, still failed your expectations, and only stepped half a foot into the myth. I say, that's enough, you think it's still the ancient times, now you can step into the half-step myth, I don't know how many emperors envy you to death. Emperor Xuanhuan couldn't help but say, people now like to pretend like this. Okay, you are already very good to be able to step into the half-step myth. I still say that over the years, I have seen countless people with much stronger talents than you, and they all stopped at immortality in the end. You can step half a foot into the myth, which can be regarded as living up to my expectations. Li Bai shook his head and said slowly. My lord's teachings, Qingxian always remembers it in his heart. Yeah. Li Bai nodded slowly, and then looked at Qingfeng again. Thank you for taking care of little Nanyi during my sleep. Sir. Qingfeng burst into tears when she heard this. I know that you were the one who fanned the flames behind the blind emperor of the Ye family, right? Sir, you know everything. Yes, but you did a good job. I am satisfied to have these words from you. Grandma Feng, it turns out that you were the one who helped me behind the scenes, why didn't you tell me? Nanyi said dissatisfiedly. He, this is the task assigned to me by the Lord. Qingfeng touched Nanyi's hair and said lovingly. In fact, even if Li Baiyi hadn't told her, she would have taken action at the beginning. She had already regarded Nanyi as her granddaughter. How is it, are you and Xuanhuan still quarreling now? Li Baiyi asked gossipingly. Hearing this, Qingfeng and Emperor Xuanhuan were obviously surprised. In their minds, Li Bai was the kind of god who looked down on the heavens and the worlds, with only divine indifference and no 7 emotions and 6 desires. But what was the matter with the strong gossip on Li Bai's face now? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just an ordinary person, and I can't have 7 emotions and 6 desires. Li Bai said teasingly. In fact, Li Bai didn't know why. Maybe, I was lonely after sleeping for too long? Yes, I haven't found a wife for such a long time. Ahem, it's nothing, sir. Xuanhuan and I don't quarrel anymore. We are very loving now. Qingfeng immediately walked to Emperor Xuanhuan, put his arm around Emperor Xuanhuan, and said happily. And Emperor Xuanhuan thought to himself. Damn it, if I had known that the sir's words were so useful, I would have explained nothing. Ugh. De Wang's face was full of disgust at this moment. The old monster who had lived for who knows how many years was actually showing affection at this moment. Huh? De Huang, do you not want your balls anymore? Why, do you think the love between Grandma Feng and Grandpa Xuanhuan is disgusting? Nanyi said with an evil look on the side. As he spoke, he stretched out his right hand and continued to perform the void grip. How is it possible? I, De Wang, am so envious that my internal organs are bleeding from envy. De Wang quickly shook his dog's head crazily, and at the same time kept murmuring in his heart. Why are everyone staring at my dog Emperor's balls? Is it because they are too big and make me look too majestic? While thinking about it, he stretched out the dog's paw and silently reached under the dog's crotch. Hiss, it seems, it's really big. My lord, there are 2 of us too. You should also praise us. The Teku dragon carp said hurriedly at the side, others have praised me, but I can't favor one over the other. I, the dragon carp, have to praise me too. When Li Bai saw Teku Longli and Lao Liashu, he had a dark look on his face. Given his nature, every time he saw these 2 guys, he was more or less embarrassed. Teku Dragonli was a little better, after all, he was just ready to roast him. As for the old willow tree, Li Bai also looked helpless. Who would have thought that he just peed casually, how could a tree and a grass become a spirit? Not only that, he also became a humming emperor. This was humming urine, and not my own blood. What, how do you want me to praise you? Praise you for secretly eating the bastard I raised. Li Bai said speechlessly. Ah, he, don't blame me. That old Wang drank fairy dew and ate Dao Jingguo, phoenix marrow, and gentian every day. The daddy he pooped back then was all wiped out. Countless people regard it as a great tonic, it's so fragrant. Teku Longli said angrily, licking his lips unconsciously as he spoke.